How do you handle your parents' credit when they pass away? Hi, everybody. Dave Sullivan here for the Credit Guy TV. Had a good friend of mine call me last week. His father had passed away, and he wanted to make sure that his credit profile was appropriately handled. And I told him that, especially if the spouse survives, it can get tricky. So what normally will happen is if one of the creditors finds out that they are deceased, they will report back to the repository in an ECOA indicator code of X, which means deceased. That will lock down the entire credit profile of that individual to try to prevent fraud. Now, what a side effect of that is that the co-borrower, anybody who is listed joint on that report, because the ECOA indicator is listed as an X, that will also shut down their credit profile. So you hear the funny stories, oh, my credit report says I'm dead. Well, it says that you're dead because you were joint on an account with somebody who had also passed away, unfortunately. And the repositories are oversensitive to shutting this down because before they did this, there was a lot of fraud that went on when people passed away. They were getting cars and credit cards and boats on their credit profile because it was a good credit profile normally. And then there was a ton of fraud going on. So they shut them down right away. Now, what I would also recommend, so what you want to do is go through all the accounts of your deceased relative and call them all up, make sure that they're closed down, or at least let them know that one of the co-borrowers has deceased and that the other person is still alive, so that hopefully they'll report that correctly. You're going to want to contact all three of the repositories directly and let them know that this individual is deceased, but I would also let them know that this other individual, the spouse or the co-borrower, is not deceased. I mean, that may save a few headaches down the road. And then keep an eye on that person, the surviving spouse's profile, so that it's still active, it's fine. There is a likelihood that that will be shut down at some point. So you want to be aware of that and be careful of that. But the repositories have really taken the steps necessary to make sure that people who do pass away, that their credit profile or identity won't be stolen. That was the fastest growing form of identity theft for a while, is when people pass away, they would steal their identity. Well, now, because the repositories have locked that down so well, they're going after the kids. Child identity theft is the number one growing identity theft in America right now, and it's unfortunate. I did do a video a while back, you can watch it here, that helps you protect their identity. More and more states are allowing people to lock down minors' credit profiles, but you still want to take the steps. Here in Michigan, they don't, so you got to do what you can do in order to lock it down, and it's a lot easier to lock it down early than to try and go back later and fix everything. So that's Dave Sullivan here for the Credit Guy TV. So with a little bit of me, we're going to change the credit industry. Thank you.